Hello everyone. So as a comment from one of our last videos of the Brood series, we got a nice comment from Thomas Pernicki 761 asking if it's possible to make a deck around his pet card Tortured Existence. And I really like his idea, and I think the card in general is great. It's a 1-mana black enchantment where you can discard a creature card to return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I was thinking about different color combinations for that, but really had trouble get something started. And I found a deck list by a player called Sergio Monedero, which is a Tortured Existence Black-Green Madness deck. And that deck is a steal. It's like 13 ticks on Magic Online. And I really want to give it a try. So the mana base is pretty stock, similar to the rock mana base, with the exchange of tainted wood for the manlands like Treetop Village. You have the well-known madness cards like Wild Mongrel, Basking Rootwaller, Arrogant Worm, and beside that some zombie infestations. And I think the deck is pretty well suited for the late game, because you have so many ways of making card advantage with zombie infestation plus a playset of 4 Squee Goblin Naboo. And you have the card like Krovikan Horror, which will return to your hand at each end step if at least one creature card is directly above it. And what I really like about this deck is the addition of Buried Alive, where you can search your library for 3 creature cards, put them into your graveyard. This can really help getting to your silver bullets like Bone Shredder, Yavimaya Elder, or just go for the card advantage route with Krovikan Horror and Squee Goblin Naboo. And the cool thing is that due to the fact that the Squee Goblin Naboos and the Horrors will return each turn to your hand, you can exchange it with whatever you want with a Tortured Existence. And to round the deck up, you got access to 4 Cabal Therapies, which seems pretty strong if you have the ability to sacrifice some amount of zombie creatures away. And what I'm missing in this build yet is a cheap sack outlet, like Krovikan Horror is a 4-drop and requires 1 colorless mana to sacrifice. And in the sideboard we got some well-known stacks like Duris and Smother, Playset Naturalize, and some more silver bullets like Spore Frog, Scavenger Fold to get rid of enchantment of artifacts, some Bottle Gnomes to help stabilize against Slide, and a pretty sweet find called Crypt Rats, 3-drop, 1/1, and you can pay X amount of black mana to shoot X damage to each creature and each player. I think in some cases Spore Frog in addition with a Squee Goblin Naboo and a Torture Existent might be enough for getting a concede from your opponent. And on the second view, I think this deck could really run 1 to 2 Gaea's Cradle, but to get this thing started, I want to try exactly the 75 from Sergio Monedero. So have fun with the video. So we are on the play here. Let's take a look at our first hand. I think that's pretty cool. Want to keep this. And probably want to drop Tortured Existence turn 1, because I don't want to expose it against discard spell. Because as long as this stays around and we draw something like Squee Goblin Naboo, we have a great card advantage machine. Alright, lead with a Pain Land. Keep in mind that Tainted Wood only grants black mana and green mana if you control a swamp, which we don't have right now. Okay. Another Lanova wastes. So the question is, do I want to bring down the zombie infestation? For now. Or the white mongrel. I think it's great to get the zombie infestation into play. And ship the turn back. So at the end of his second main phase, I want to make a zombie regarding on his play, but I want to discard Krovikan Horror and White Mongrel. And then the Krovikan Horror returns, and then we have the ability to change it with White Mongrel and play the White Mongrel. The cool stuff is that you can reset your Krovikan Horror. Okay, Oath of Druids. So we can't play into this right now. Problem is I don't have an out for that in the main deck, I guess. Yeah, no out for that, so we need to try to outclass it. And I need some more information what he's on. Because just showing Oath of Druids here with a Lightning Tutor and 3 lands is not enough for me. I need to see if it's a Ponza list or go huge list with Phantomi Shoba. Okay, this is fine for me. Sylvan Library. Okay, another Tainted Wood. Let's play this. Also strong. At least I need some card which can get me to the Bone Shredder. If I have 5 mana, I might play the Krovikan Horror and start pinging. This could be a way to win, but very slow one. Okay, he takes 1 extra card. Okay, this seems like an older version of the Phantom Oath deck, but could just be the next iteration of the Ponza list. Okay, this means... Okay, if he attacks, I could make a zombie and block another Tortured Existence. I'm not sure if I want to play this. Get the Tainted Wood down. A card like Buried Alive would be great. So we could put 2 Squee and the Bone Shredder into the graveyard. Okay, Treetop Village is huge. This is perfectly fine by me. I think he might have a card like Swords to Plowshares, but I'm willing to trade with that. Okay. First the Horror, then the Mongrel, so we get the Horror back. Okay, here's the sword we called. I think it's still enough for me to discard these 2 to get rid of the factory. Maybe a bit too aggressive here, but I don't want to die to the manlands, and now he don't have a second white mana up for second sword. And this could be worse later if he has a second Mishra's Factory. So this was a sweet trade, I guess. The next problem is a treetop village. Okay, another zombie infestation. So I think that, as we are pretty far behind, I want to see what Oath creatures he plays before we go to sideboarding. So I want to get the Mongrel to my hand, play it to trigger his Oath. Sadly, we do not have an out to the Oath of Druids in the main deck. So one addition you should probably consider is something like Nantuko Vigilante. Okay, it's a Phantom Oath deck. Great to see it. Haven't seen it in a while. So we could still get lucky with a top deck Bone Shredder. Plus, if we block with this, okay. So the question now is, do I want to get my Krovikan Horror back, or do I want to remove the Treetop Village? I think I want to kill the Treetop Village. He might have a sword, but it is what it is. If this gets sorted, our flip from Oath won't get the sword. Okay, nice exchange. Maybe we flipped something cool with the Oath. Okay, that's not cool. And that's a bad draw. Third zombie infestation. Okay. Hero Crash in for 6. We can block once. So for a long time, the Phantom Oath was one of my favorite decks in the format. But I haven't played it in a long time. Okay, cool thing is that we get 3 Goblin Nabu back. So we will start to have a card advantage engine rolling. We might have a sword for this. This wouldn't be a disaster, but it would be strong. Yeah, here's a sword. Yeah, this would have been cool to have. But let's see, we still have some flips. Okay, this is fine-ish. Any order? I mean, it's nice that I can ping this once and sacrifice my creatures away. And it's cool that the Root Waller will be discard. If I discard Root Waller into Tortured Existence, we might get something going here. Okay, Wasteland. Let me float one. Okay. I want to discard this, returning the Krovikan Horror to my hand. I need black for that. So I need to undo. We have 1 black here. Krovikan Horror to hand. With this. Okay. So cast this for 0. return the horror to my hand. And now I want to use the mana here to pump this to prevent some damage. We are still in a bad position, but it's not super horrible. Okay. So here's the question. If they block, I think it's just one card which get removed, one counter. So what do I want to do here? I think it might be right to what to do. Ping that for one. Sacrifice this horror. I think I should have discarded first to get back both horrors, but it's not a disaster. I get one horror back. So horror first, then zombie infestation. Okay, then I block with both because I want to trigger my his oath again. He might have a disenchant. Okay. This will return. He will probably port me in the upkeep. Okay, this is fine. We need some more black mana. I want to float black here, even if it hurts a bit. So Bone Shredder would be sweet. This is something I want to have. Okay, take that. We got 2 mana. I want to get Rootwaller back or Krovikan Horror. Yeah, Krovikan Horror back. Versus this one. So we can start resetting it. This will crash in for 4. This is decent. So I could get rid forever for that, but I think I still need some more time. I'm not in the... So I can't make a second... creature yet, otherwise he would have a Oath trigger again. Man, I really like this play here. Felt pretty weak against the Oath of Druids, but now we got some play. I mean, it's still scary what he's doing here, and the factory is scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think we have to block with a Fiend. But do I want to make a zombie in addition? I think I want. So I don't want to play the Arrogant Worm, because this would give me 2 creatures. And I want to be the one to participate from the Oath. Okay, but I still want to do a double block here. This will prevent most damage, and he can't play the Phantom Shoba then. We are getting 2 horrors back. Next turn I want to flashback Cabal Therapy. So you can dig really deep with the library, but we might stabilize. Double port is huge. Okay, go here. Okay, probably he's porting again these two. He should port the first maybe. Float black. Float colorless. Let the O's resolve. Give me a Bone Shredder, please. Okay, another Mesmeric Fiend. It's fine for me to have this. This is a 4/4 now. So we get... Okay, Rose of God is nothing I'm scared about. So get Phantomi Shoba here. Let's see. What do I want to get? So I want to get back Root Waller. Discarding Kraken Horror. Go to draw. Squeak Goblin is sweet. Okay, Cabal Therapy. Sacrifice Mesmeric Fiend. Getting rid of one Phantomi Shoba here is sweet, but I guess he will just get have some amount of Gear's Blessing. But we need to think about this later, not now. Okay, Phantomi Shoba. One more gun. So, and we can make one zombie now. Discard like this. Kraken Horror first. Squee. Chips a turn. Get 2 horrors back. Can we do always yes here? Always yes is not working for me. But that's a matchup where I really need to take a look at my time. Okay, hopefully he attacks with the Mishra's Factory too. Okay, he really needs an answer for zombie infestation. Sphere of Resistance is fine by me. I still can cast the Root Waller. Maybe he should not attack for one turn to not give us another trigger. So maybe the zombie token was too early. Okay. So here I want to discard. We just should discard these two. Because if we block with 5 power, one creature will stay alive. He might have a sword, but I would be fine with trading here. So go to block. Phantomi Shoba will be a 3/3 after that. Still a tough spot to be in. It's a combination of Phantomi Shoba and Civil Library is probably too much. Okay. So same procedure here. Float black. Okay, let the O's resolve. Okay, Arrogant Worm is not great. Any order on this? Yes to squee. Then I want to discard. I want to return this Kraken Horror for this. Okay, so it's on the top again. Okay, now the problem is that we will get a fresh Phantom Nishoba soon. Okay, Swords to Closures in hand, but he has her own sphere of resistance. Okay, we really need to get more mana or access to the Bone Shredder. Okay, this is enough for me to concede, because we can't keep our line going and he will have some Gas Blessing and we are a bit back on time. But yeah, went pretty well for me. If we got a bit more lands. So Naturalize for sure. Duress should be fine. Spore Frog might work. What I do not want. Probably Buried Alive, because it will expose me too much to Tormod Script. Not sure about Arrogant Worm. Yeah, I think we tried like this. White Mongrel is not thrilled. Maybe we need some amount of Tormod Script. So if we handle... yeah, it's pretty odd how I'm sideboarding, but I played the Phantom Oath deck a lot. And I think this is one of the angles we can attack it. Okay, this is fine. So if he does not have Oath of Druids turn 1, we get it with Mesmeric Fiend. Probably. So if he has Swords to Plowshares in hand, this means if he goes for this for response, we will get one card Excite forever. Because the second ability resolves first. Okay, Enlightening Tutor for Oath of Druids, that's strong. So he can hide behind that. So we need to set up a game and a Sylvan Library. That's a lot. Get rid of one library here. As this has got exactly the case covered. Tortured Existence. Not great. But I want to bring it down. Like this. Take with the Fiend. Okay, here would have been, imagine if I had a Tormod script, here would have been 9 cards in hand, in library left. And I think we could win from this spot. So this is exactly the reason why you bring in so many Tormod script. Okay, Naturalize here. Bit late to the party. Okay. If he starts attacking, again we get some triggers from Oath of Druids, but okay, we'll probably get a answer for the zombie infestation. Okay, we need to hit exactly Bone Shredder with the Oath trigger. He might go for Sea of Cleansing, his own Oath. Okay, then we got Naturalize for this. Fine for me. Not something I could use anyway. I think the Naturalize should probably hit his own Oath of Druids to prevent these things happening like game 1. But we are pretty far behind. Okay, no Bone Shredder here. Maybe from top. Except the Funeral Pyre. Yeah, we are basically dead, but there's still the small chance of hitting. So getting rid of the Sylvan Library won't get us anywhere, because he can just play the backup one from his hand. Okay, cool that he activates it now. Playing exactly into Naturalize. So it would have probably be better to keep the Naturalize. So if we hit Bone Shredder to get rid of Oath of Druids. And make a block here with Scree Goblin and Cover Therapy discard. Okay, let's block here. We are not done yet. We are close to it, but I think we have the ability to recover if we are very lucky. That's not lucky, but okay, Swamp is not great here. So let's see if he casts Funeral Pyre in response. If he does, I want to make a flashback on Scree Goblin Naboo to not trigger his Oath again. Okay, Swords is strong. I mean, it's not wondering that he has so great top decks, because he has a 7 library plus a huge amount of life. He's thinking about playing Funeral Pyre. Okay, this is fine by me. So take 7 library. Is it worth it to get another Phantom Shoba? I think he will attack anyway. So let's chip the turn here. He attacks, we go to 2. Yeah, then we need... So having the squeeze there would have been great to provide at least a 2/2 blocker each turn to bring the Phantom Shoba down. There were some games where I get down a Nishoba with a Goblin Sharpshooter. This was sweet. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Sporefrog, this is sweet. Now, and Volrad Stronghold. Now we are talking. So he has Phantom Shoba in hand. He is probably digging for a card like Wasteland now. Otherwise he would have a problem to win. Because we could activate Oath each turn. Yeah, exactly. Finding Wasteland in top 3 is tough. So the thing is, if I want to sacrifice this. Put this again on top. So we got one more turn to see what's going on. This is exactly what I mean. So if he would not have access to Wasteland, he would have probably just lost against the combination of Volrad Stronghold and Sporefrog. Okay. Gimme Sporefrog. So we got one fresh draw now. Tainted Wood gets this into play. Maybe I should have kept it for Zombie Infestation. To block one more turn. If he had Sword. Okay, Lightning Tutor. For Sea of Cleansing. Tormod Script. Yeah, so even without the Wasteland, he would have an out here. We're pretty tough, but we are not done yet. We're in a pretty bad position, but... Okay. Yeah, we should have kept the land in hand. I think it wouldn't make a huge difference, because with 3 cards we couldn't make 2 zombies either. So, Bone Shredder, please. Okay, Kroik and Horror. It's probably not enough. So I could... I think I need to play this. Then ping that for 1. Searching for 2 lands here. I like the addition of the Yavimaya Elder. Okay, do I want to drop a land to ping one more time? I don't think so. In emergency, we need to make 1 zombie token to block to just get 1 damage. Then it's a 2/2. 2/2 is very well blockable. Okay, wasteland is fine for me. A bit aggressive. If we had another stronghold, for instance. Okay, let's block here. We go to 1. Phantom Ishoba is left with 2 counters. So it would be maintainable with zombie infestation. Another horror. It's not bad. He's at 5 cards. So there is a small argument for me to flashback cover therapy. I think I won, or I could just cast it from my hand. Okay, 1 library left in hand. So ship the turn back. At this moment, I'm really happy I have no City of Brass. Okay, Windswept Heath is great because he has a reshuffle now for his library. Okay, he attacks. We will block here. Get 1 more activation of Tormod script, Oath of Druids. The 1/1 would be handleable pretty well if we draw one of our left Tormod scripts. Okay, Sweet Goblin Abuse, pretty bad. Mesmeric Fiend. This would trigger the Oath again. And I don't think I have anything from flashbacking. So if I block this, we are left with 0 creatures. And then it could be an interesting game. But 1 Naturalize or Sea of Cleansing would be enough for him to win if he gets a zombie infestation. So I think this will be enough for him to crack the crypt. If he sees Squee trigger on stack. Okay. Tortured existence. Want to get this down. Trip the turn back. So it would be a problem if he has swords. I thought the protest would keep us one more turn alive. Another Tormod script, that's too much for me. So I still have an idea what I can do, but it will be tough. So here I need to make a zombie like this. Okay, sword is fine for me. This will be plus minus 0. Still have one more turn. The problem is the second Tormod script. Otherwise we would have been in a better shape. Yeah, something like, okay, we got the 3 life gain gnomes in the sideboard, but I think Ravenous Barload would be a great addition to get some beef on the table. Yeah, sometimes I'm thinking about if cards like Terror is playable in the format. Never saw it before, but there is such a huge gap between Smother and Diabolic Edict you need to cover sometimes. So he's really deep in the think tank here. So I think if we would play without clock, we couldn't win this. And he just, I don't know, he just needs to have some more interaction for the zombie infestation or to protect his Vishal factory. And we are pretty dead. And if we do not take a look on the clock here, this would have been lost on our side. He might be away from keyboard. Don't know. How many swords are gone? 2 swords, 2 Phantomi Shoba. Okay, no reaction on his side. Yeah, on Magic Online you got the timing, but that's not a tournament game here, it's a test game, so I don't know. He's probably facing connection issues, but I still want to wait. So if he attacked here, we would have another blocker. He would activate Storm Crypt, and then we are relying on our top decks. But like him, I mean, we have reached the end of the line with the Sylvan Library, because he could draw at least one more card, at max one more card, then he's at 4 life, so this would just dig 3 deep. So if we wouldn't have the timing issues here, I think it would have been some pretty interesting last turns. But he's probably has a disconnect or something like that. Yeah, it's a test game. Happens sometimes. Want to see what I would have drawn. If I can. Don't know, he's at 0. Maybe we are facing a motor error. Yeah, it was a pretty grindy, tough match. I wouldn't thought about that we had such a long game and breath against turn 2 O's, I think, both games. So I'm pretty impressed with this deck, but I really need more experience with that to make more additions here. But I think the best addition you can make to this deck is Survivor of the Fittest, so you can get better to your silver bullets. This would probably be in exchange for the 2 Buried Alive. So if you are playing on Magic Online, they are like $2 each. It's pretty nice, and Gas Cradle is cheap. In paper, you could get some gold-bordered versions of it, because they are legal in most cases. But I really like this deck. I played a similar deck a while ago. It was called, I think, Madness Infestation. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, Madness Infestation, which has a pretty similar core. So Zombie Infestation, Survivor of the Fittest, Wild Mongrel, Root Waller, Carver Therapy, some Acceleration, 4 Gas Cradle, 2 Arrogant Worm, and 4 Horror, 3 Goblin Naboo. But I think to make a difference between those decks, you could maybe cut the 2 Buried Alive here for 2 Survival of the Fittest, or maybe take 1 Turgid Existence, and this will be 3 Survival of the Fittest. And with that, you can start adding amount of silver bullets. I'm not sure if Arrogant Worm in the playset is strong enough, but they could make a cool tempo game. I really want to see the deck from this side. And we need to add, I think for the first it would be 1 Gas Cradle, and I would cut a Tainted Wood here to have some ability to get some more explosive turns. And then I need to think more deeply about silver bullets. Bone Shredder is pretty cool. 1 Obstinate Barlot could be nice. I really like the Spore Frog in the sideboard. But yeah, in general, a nice idea with a Tortured Existence. I hope you enjoyed the video, Thomas. And yeah, please comment what's your idea on the list. What do you think of Tortured Existence? And see you in the next video.